Okay, so am I live? Am I live? If anyone is in the chat, could they let me know if everything is good, audio, video as usual, and if I'm live, first of all? Sometimes this is the hardest thing to figure out. I think it does feel like I am live. Great, great, great. So we got. I know I'm a bit late. I promised that I would come earlier, but I had some mess up with what time the match was beginning, and therefore I was out of home. So, but now I'm here. I don't think I've missed much. We've got 22 moves in Pragyananda versus Ali Reza, Battle of the Prodigies. I'm just gonna make sure everything is fine. Just gonna write hi in the chat. Okay, the chat's gone. Right, so let's see how we reach this position. So we got d5, c4, e6. Okay, we got a Catalan. dc4 is, well, exclusively the main move. Well, there's one more, which is bishop b4 check. This is also another way to play this. I mean, you claim that the bishop is slightly misplaced on d2, but this is one of the other main lines. So dc4 and this one are the main ones. Bishop g2 is possible. We have so dc4, bishop g2, c5. This is what I played as well. I really like this line. It's also in the course of Surya Shekhar Ganguly. So quite nice to see that Firouzja is choosing something that I play. Well, or I'm choosing something that he plays. Knight c6, queen a4. Yeah, queen a4 is one option. The other option, which you see time to time, is dc5, queen d1, rook d1, bishop c5, knight d2 to gain this pawn back. And then you play c3. You say, well, at least if I'm giving the pawn back, I want to disrupt white's structure. And the game goes like castle, knight b3, bishop here. You could put a bishop on b2, you could put a pawn on c4. Let's say bishop b2, bishop d7. This is all standard theory. And it's a roughly equal position. In the game, we have queen a4. This is also a line. And the main move is bishop d7, yes. You don't want to be too greedy and take here. If you do that, huh, I thought knight d4 was pretty good. Engine says it's alright for black. No, I mean, I think this is supposed to be good for white. You got too much pressure here. It's very hard to deal with. If you take, then bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, and then the a8 rook hangs. So this is not the main line by any means. What we see often is this one. So we see bishop d7, which was played, and rightly so. Queen takes c4, or not, or dc5. Okay, we had dc5. Queen c4 is also a line. There you play b5. If you take, then knight takes is pretty solid for black. So dc4, dc5, and here what did we have? We have bishop c5. Strangely enough, I thought knight a5 was the best move. It's definitely a move, but is this not the best move? I thought knight a5 used to be the best. I've seen Nehal Sarin play knight a5. But Firouzja has other plans. He takes directly queen c4, bishop b6. Okay, bishop b6 is interesting. He plays that after a minute's thought. The disadvantage of this move is that this diagonal is weak, but can I take control over that? The advantage is that you get pressure over f2. If anyone's in the chat, do let me know. Gonna see. Okay, I'm live first of all, right? Yeah, I'm live. Okay. So we got bishop b6. And yeah, it's a question how to continue here. Should we put a rook first that weakens f2? Should we develop this knight, but does it belong on d2 or c3? Or should we develop this bishop first? Quite some questions for white. Quite some questions for white. I guess I would just play knight c3. I think that cannot be wrong. What did white do? Oh, c3. Rook c8. Queen h4, stepping out of this file, reasonable. Engine says rook d1, but psychologically that's a hard move to make because you're always worried about some knight d4 stuff. Although there is nothing here. Knight d4, there's queen d3 simply. Interesting. So white goes queen h4 and knight d5 by Firouzja. So he's offering a trade of queens early on. And this is interesting. So I guess what he didn't like was that after castle, bishop g5, h6, and maybe you can't play rook d1 and sack a bishop, right? I mean, one idea which I was considering, this doesn't work, but what I was looking at was playing knight e4, get rid of this knight, and then there could be checkmate. But of course, you play knight e5, knight e4, and knight g6. I think, not knight g6, you play rook e8, and I think that saves the day. Since after taking, I can take with the queen, and my knight on e5 defends the bishop on d7. So I could give a check, but king f8, there is no mate, the king hides. Instead, I have queen h4. And okay, castling is one move. If you don't play that, then what else? Yeah, if you don't play castle, if you don't like castle, you play knight d5. There is no other move because white is going to play bishop g5 anyways. Okay, so knight d5. The first thing I was assessing was if I take and then take on d5, that situation with isolated pawn, who's better there, if at all? If at all. Hello, Maheshwari, Mathad. Hi, how's it going? How's it going? You've been really supportive recently. I remember you commented on my community post as well. So really, really appreciative of that, Mathad. Pleased to see you. Pleased to see you. Now this decision by Ali Reza where he's played knight d5 and he's offering a queen trade. My only thing was I don't think he has any hint of an advantage. Athar, where did I not reply to you? Did you comment on the post? And how would I know that you were here? Did you comment on the post? I didn't see anything. If you genuinely did, I apologize. So yeah, two options here really. Well, maybe more. Take and take, or play bishop g5 and create a weakness. Two options, and it's hard to take the right decision. I mean, even I would have to think. But let's explore this endgame for a while. Say I take, you take, and how big is the chance for white to play for something? I would need to put pressure on d5, but I don't have a knight on c3. So let's say I play, I don't know, let's say I play bishop g5, f6. At least I create some sort of weakness and then play bishop d2. I guess you can always push this pawn forward, right? So I don't think I can get much, can I? I messaged now 2 minutes ago. You didn't reply to my chat. Make a video on please take my queen. What does that even mean? What do you mean make a video on please take my queen? What does that even mean? So it's like I make a situation where my opponent has to take the queen and then he gets checkmated, something like that. Is that what you're saying? It's a name of a popular game. I'm not sure. Well, we got too much sun coming in there between two GMs. I thought this was like an Eric Rosen thing. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Look it up after the stream. But let's see. Well, I'll have a look. I'll definitely have a look. So, bishop g5 was played. Okay, Firoja Pragyananda did not like the queen d8 idea, and I think rightly so. If you don't want to go into that endgame, you better keep queens on the board. So, bishop g5 is good. f6 and then you play bishop d2. This is nice. So, Pragyananda is very consistent with his idea. He doesn't take on d8 and does not go for that endgame. So he decides, well, let me put the queens on the board and get some attack on the king side. At least he's created a weakness. So I'm fine with how he's played here. Takes, takes, bishop takes, and Ali Reza castles. Still some problems for Ali Reza. I think, the spin can be a bit annoying. Okay, Atharva, I'll have a look. I'll have a look for sure. So, but here we got an interesting situation since after rook d1, well, I could play rook d1. Let me start with the f rook. Let's say you play queen e7. And okay, it's a question how to make progress, right, as white. Like I could play e3 and then you could play e5 and then your problems are gone. So that means I have to be quick. So castle, Pragananda plays rook d1, queen e7, and he goes knight d2. Okay, this is at least nice because he's going to c4 and he's getting onto the d6 square and putting this bishop on a worse place because here you're just blunted by the pawn on g3. Life's going good. My exams just ended, so I thought let me get back to streaming. And yeah, I was supposed to start earlier in the sense like I was supposed to begin this stream earlier. However, I messed up when the match start for some reason. And so I was like, I wasn't even at home. I was playing badminton with a friend. But here I am. Here I am. Played knight d2, bishop e4. Very interesting move. If you play h6, you weaken light squares completely, so you have to play g6. And then Pragananda plays knight f3. Knight f3. What's the plan of knight f3? I don't quite get the plan of knight f3. Little bit weird to me. What's he trying to do? Is he just stopping knight d4? But then he could have played e3, right? You blend down this bishop even more. What do you think, guys, is the plan with knight f3? I would have played e3, for example. I thought this was completely fine. And then maybe think about knight c4, bishop d5 stuff. But let's see, knight bishop e6 and a3. Feels like Firuja is consolidated completely. Yeah, the rooks get traded and this is just dead equal, right? Pragyananda didn't get anything out of the opening. And why do you stream at shit times? Such a busy times. Earlier. Saw my shorts are performing well. Thank you very much for that. What do you think is the ideal time to stream? Because first things first, not all my viewers are from India, right? So the time that might be good for you might be bad for someone else, for example. Too much sun coming in there, and I don't have curtains to block it, but okay. So, what would you say is the ideal time to stream? Because this is evening, right? I would think that everyone is free in the evening, aren't they? Oh, it's actually night for India. It's not even. Yeah, but what are you guys doing at 10 p.m. if not watching YouTube? Like, you guys don't sleep, I know that for sure. So, what else are you guys doing? Yeah, okay, today is ideal. Okay. But otherwise, what about weekdays? Okay, so tell me if I were to stream on a weekday, what time? What time would you want me to stream at? Until then, I'll just commentate for a fair bit. So this game's done. Let me look at the other one. We got what else have we got? We got Fabiano Nakamura. Okay, seems like a Berlin. Was it a Berlin? Well, looks like a Berlin structure. Something you would get from a Berlin. No, it was a Italian. This H6. I think he tried this in candidates as well, didn't he, Hikaru? Against Vidit. He tried some H6, A6 stuff. So he's looked at it. Okay, goes bishop b6. Most people would play a6 or a5. He plays bishop b6. Now he plays a5. I'm not aware of the subtlety, so I'm not even going to try to figure them out too deep. d4, e4, knight h2. Stream at this time is good. Everyone is free. Okay, so around night time. Okay, so like 6 o'clock my time. Got it. Got it. That's convenient for me as well. Okay. But of course, if a tournament game is starting earlier, I have to start then, right? Yeah, if it's assuming it's not like a commentating stream, I'll start at this time. Why have I privated my last stream? Have I? I think I did make one of the stream private because I played really shit chess actually. I think that's why I did what I did. Got way too much sun coming up. But recently I've been playing well on chess.com. I reached 2700 plus, and that stream is there. But there was one which I played terrible chess in, so I was like, no, that's just embarrassing. That's why. So we got knight h2 here, which is an interesting idea. You're trying to go knight g4, maybe knight e3, and you kind of can target h6, maybe with queen h5 as well. I've played. Okay, white takes the bishop. Now white has a bishop pair. f3. f3 is reasonable. Queen takes. Yeah, Hikaru should not have taken because if white takes, Hikaru can take back with the bishop. But maybe what Hikaru did not like that white could play f4 and g4 ideas. Maybe. He takes queen takes knight e7, queen g3. This is what Fabiano has done excellently. He's put his queen into a beautiful square. It pressures here, and there is bishop takes h6, which is threatened. Not much you can do. You have to play knight g6. We have rook f1, c6. Rook takes f5, amazing move. Bishop d3. Better than bishop d3, he had another option. Can you guys spot it? Probably Fabiano didn't even pay attention to that, but he had a much better option than bishop d3. Lol, your terrible would be still better than most of the streamers' best. I mean, that's you could put it one way, but I just thought the chess there was terrible. Like I didn't feel satisfied with myself, so I like let me just get rid. It's not bishop h6. I mean, bishop h6 looks very tempting, but it's not that actually. It's not that. The move is actually, believe it or not, it's knight g. Very strange to me because the thing is, if you take the bishop, then I can take on h6. If you move the king, then after taking the material is equal. But if you take, I can take and then I can grab the rook, and your king is out in the wild. So you can't take the bishop, that's for sure. You can't take the bishop. That means you have to play something like you have to hide the king to stop knight takes h6 with a check. Let's say you hide here. Now bishop d3 is a bit better. Since if you play rook g5, I don't even take this rook. I play what? I play bishop c2? This is what Engine is showing me, and this kind of chess I don't really understand. This is a bit beyond me. You are saying that you can take on g5 anytime and you're preparing queen d3. Okay, this is insane. This is insane. Like, who spots bishop c2 from a distance? And if you don't play bishop c2, you can play queen f2. Who spots these moves from a distance? What you're claiming is that you can take this rook anytime, and you can't move this rook since the knight would be hanging. What happened in the game? We have bishop d3 and queen h4. Oh, so I think knight g4 you can't play queen h4, can you? The same trick doesn't quite work because there is knight takes h6. Wow, the same trick doesn't work. So Fabiano missed this trick by Hikaru that queen h4 was there. Or maybe he did see this but thought there was nothing better. Wow. And then still best move is queen e3, not easy to find, so queen g6 is okay. This is okay. And now it's just an equal position. So essentially Fabiano didn't see the win. Or at least a chance to get a better position. Knight g4 would have been pretty insane if Fabiano would have played it. Let's say you play rook h5 to defend the pawn. What's the problem? You still have knight h6. Yeah, you still have knight h6. Wow. And if you play king h7, then the pin is deadly, isn't it? This is still deadly. You can move the rook, and there is like bishop takes. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Knight g4 was phenomenal. We just could not. We just could not. He could not find it. I did do a vertical stream the other day. I did. Check my latest stream. It was a vertical one. I did. I got into it. Alongside this, so you mean like being streamed normally? Yeah, yeah, I will be doing vertical streaming. Yes, I will be doing it live. But alongside I checked, but it was. Oh wait, is there a different way to? Wait for a second. So you said that the vertical stream that I did was not a short stream. So that means it was only on normal YouTube. It was not on the YouTube Shorts. Is that what you're telling me? Could you confirm that? The vertical streaming I was doing was not on the Shorts, but only on normal YouTube. Is that true? Okay, I'll wait for an answer. Until then, I'll continue commentating. I hope you've understood my question. So the vertical stream which I did, I wanted to be pushed it through Shorts, but was it being pushed through Shorts? That's what I'm asking. Or was it only there on normal YouTube? Let's see what else is there. Okay. So we got this game. Let's go back to Pragyananda's one. Any updates there? Not this one. Rather this one, yeah. Okay, Rook D8 E3, yeah. Pragyananda did not quite convert his advantage. Or at least could not make the best out of it. It was all good here until he played Knight F3. He could have played E3 and then Bishop E6. He could have actually even there he did not have much. Like Bishop E6 is actually pretty much neutralizing. So he needs to do something about Bishop E6. I guess there was nothing better actually. If you play E3, there is still Bishop E6, and if you play Bishop D5 check, why black can just play King G7, so you don't have much. Okay, so Pragyananda actually did not even have anything. Castle Rook D1, Queen E7, and I think this is the critical moment. If Pragyananda were to have advantage, it would come from here. Any hint of an advantage would come from here. Engine suggests a nice move which I want to explore, and that the move is A4. The move is A4. You want to push A5. Let's say black plays A5. This was my question. What do you do? Engine says now play Rook D1, and now if Queen E7. Engine says now Knight D2 works. Because after E5, Knight C4, Bishop C7, Bishop E4, G6, basically the same thing that Pragyananda was doing. You have Bishop takes C6 and you gain the pawn. Wow. 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 Okay, so he had to start with A4 and he had to look at the subtlety that the knight would be putting pressure on A5. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, okay, that makes sense. My thought was since the screen resolution was the shorts one, I thought it would automatically get pushed into shorts. So it didn't even make it into shorts, did it? Didn't even make it into shorts. Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay. That's why I was sort of wondering. I did get some views. I did get like a concurrent viewership of 25 at one point. But I was like, shorts get shared out more. Okay, now that makes a lot more sense. Oh wow, thank you very much for that. Didn't even, yeah. Okay, that was an error. That was an error. How many have we got right now? We got two viewers right now. Okay. Yeah, probably everyone's watching Sagar Shah, aren't they? How do you compete with Sagar Shah? Knight c4, yeah. So could not get much. Pragyananda could not get much. We got who else have we got? Okay, Fabiano and Hikaru agreed to a draw, as they should. Yeah, yeah. Fabiano is not in his prime, I think. If Fabiano was in his prime, he would have spotted knight g4. This Or maybe he had some psychological disadvantage since Hikaru was playing so quick. That's what you would think, right? That's what you would think. The psychological edge, since your opponent is playing too quick. Well, Fabiano, on the other hand, did have enough time to spot knight g4. Bit strange he didn't see it. Because a person of his caliber is definitely capable of seeing knight g4. Contact him to commentate alongside him. When I have a bit more subscribers, I will. But right now, I don't think it's fair. It's not fair to him. He has no incentive. No, it's like he does. It, uh, Atharv, the thing is, Sagar Shah could bring in world's best grandmasters if he wanted. I'm just a streamer who's getting. I'm just a YouTuber who's just started his journey. So I don't think it's fair for him. He doesn't have an incentive to bring me alongside him unless he just wants to be generous. One thing is, if you don't ask, you don't get. So at some point, I will definitely contact him, but I think it would be a better idea if I gain some subscribers first. And once I'm satisfied with my quality of content. Otherwise, I don't think it's fair to him. Forget about being fair to me. I don't think it's fair to him. What I do plan to do is, I think I'm gonna get Same to give me a shout out in one of his streams. I was having problems with Super Chat, it was not going through. But that's an idea. I'll do a. Would Sagar Shah mind if I ask him for a shout out at one of his streams? Would he mind that? The thing is, I don't know if it is disrespectful to do that or not. Is it? So if I ask Sagar Shah for a super, so it's not disrespectful if I ask for a shout out. Okay, if you say so. I know Samay would not care, but I mean, ChessBase India is a chess channel exclusively, so I was not sure. All right, no, it's not even about money, but it's like, why me? Like he could get a lot more popular people. He could get Anish, for example. Don't super chat to subs. No, no, of course not. Of course not. Like I would be very respectful. I would be very respectful. Absolutely not. Ecolocon. Yeah, okay. Got it. Got it. That's helpful. Thank you very much for that. Okay, one more game remaining. Wait. Fabiano and Hikaru should have an Armageddon, right? They should have an Armageddon because that's how the format is. If you make a draw, you play an Armageddon. Waiting for that one to be exciting. Magnus Dingleren ended in a draw in the Armageddon. That means Magnus wins. Magnus wins. That's nice. But I'm waiting for this one to start. I think they'll give the guys like a few minutes before they start. And until then, we got this Pragyananda's game where I can't find much here for white to be played. Like, it, it's a very symmetrical position, right? So I don't expect any player to win or lose. Should be a straightforward draw after a few moves. Pragyananda could try playing this and then maybe go for knight e4. But it's nothing much at all, like king g7. Yeah, nothing. Nothing at all. So Firuja's opening went right. It went all right. This idea with knight c3 and queen rook c8 was a nice move. Queen h4 was a nice move. And knight d5. This was the crux. This was the main move which got him equality. He evaluated it very nicely that there are no problems if white takes on d8, and there are no problems if white plays bishop g5. So he evaluated that very nicely. Are you following Roland Garros? No, I should be. I should be, but I am not. Because after my exams finished, I fully focused on this streaming thing, and there is one more thing which I can't reveal. So I was focusing on a couple of things. I didn't quite follow sports. What's happening there? You watched Alireza beat Magnus in Title Tuesday, you mean? I know he beat him in Title Tuesday and one other place, which I forgot. Oh, yes, yes, yes. No, no, not a girl. No, no, no. I stay away from women. Nadal lost. Nadal's my favorite, you know? Wow. You think he's gonna retire soon? Who did he lose to? Djokovic or something? Yeah, let's go. No, who did he lose to? Like Medvedev or something? Daniel Medvedev or like this guy, this Spanish guy. What's his name? Uh, who's this? Oh, Alexander Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas. Are you talking about Tsitsipas? The Greek one. Ah, okay, okay. Zverev. Yeah, okay, yeah. But Tsitsipas is also Alexander, right? It's Alexander Tsitsipas or is it something else? Yeah, I know Zverev is a good player as well. I know, I know. Oh, where is that young Spanish guy gone? Wait, what's Tsitsipas' first name? Wait, let me check. I thought it was Alexander Tsitsipas. Oh, it's Stefanos. Oh, Stefanos, not Alexander. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Alexander is not a Greek name. Yeah. Where's the Spanish guy gone? The one that. What's the name? I keep forgetting. Carlos or something? The young one. What's his name? Okay, let me look at this thing. Let me see if the Armageddon has started. Not yet. Still waiting for this one. Still waiting. Yeah. Who do you think is gonna win the Armageddon? Fabiano or Hikaru? I think whenever there is like a time constraint situation, I think odds are in favor of Hikaru. He's a speed monster after all. By the way, can you see my face more or less properly? Because I've got too much sun coming in and I don't have curtains right now. Hikaru, right? Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I think Magnus is still the number one, even there. But besides Magnus, yes. Pretty close between Hikaru and Magnus and Bullet. Pretty close there. Hikaru thinks very quick. It's good. If you say it's good, it's good. Okay. Yeah. I mean, at that point, yeah, these 26 from 26 onwards, people are so quick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah, yeah, that one. Yeah. Forgot his first name. I remember it was Carlos something. But yeah, he's good as well. The thing was, what was I saying? I forgot. I was talking about Bullet or something. Like it's always close between Magnus and Hikaru. But yeah, I mean when I play Blitz online, and if I'm playing like a 2500, 2600 Grandmasters, like forget about skill, but they're so quick that it's hard to win against them. I don't have Instagram. I stay away from social media as much as I can. I'm not on Instagram. Are you probably? Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. I think you're talking about James Canty. James Canty. I think he recently became an FM. He was an NM, a national master before this. Yeah, James Canty is good. He's good. I don't play Bullet because it's I don't like it because it's more of a mouse moving game rather than a skill game. There is some skill, but not as much as Blitz. So I prefer Blitz a lot more. So if you go onto my chess.com, you'll see I barely play any Bullet, very rarely. Yeah, my brother enjoys Bullet a lot. I mean, at least he used to because he likes that quick stuff. Well, it is, but then it also depends on like who has a better mouse and stuff, right? And who has a better internet, of course. The place where I am in, I get quite a little bit of lag when I'm playing on chess.com. Leeches is much faster for me, so I don't even have the best internet as well. It's good enough for Blitz, but not for Bullet. So that's also a thing. So basically, I just stay away from Bullet. It's not my thing. Blitz is good enough, and I like that these new time controls are being tested in classical chess because that that makes the games more interesting. Hyperbullet is more fun in leeches. Yeah, in leeches, if you pre-move, you don't lose a second on your clock, right? You can make as many pre-moves as you want, and your time doesn't go down. In chess.com, it always goes down, at least for me, even if it goes by like zero point 0.1 second. On leeches, it just doesn't go down. So leech, if you want to play bullet, I think leeches is a better platform. You get less lag there, less lag. But for Blitz, I think there is much stronger players on chess.com. You think so? On leeches or chess.com? 0.05. I don't think on leeches it changes. I've seen someone make 20 pre-moves in a row on leeches and their time did not go down. I think I saw Eric Rosen playing like that. He made so many pre-moves, but his time did not go down. Chess.com, different story. When is this Armageddon starting? Let me refresh. How much time are they going to give these guys? Wait, is the Armageddon done? No, hasn't started, right? I don't see anything. No, I don't see it. Wait, no, that's Dingler and Magnus. Where is this? Yeah, this hasn't started. One can only do one pre-move at a time on leeches. Yeah, you can, but you can always be ready with your. But I think it doesn't take any time away. Very little, I think. Like if you have made a pre-move and then your opponent takes time to make his next move, you can pre-move another one, and it happens in succession so quickly that it's almost equivalent as having made multiple pre-moves in a row. What I'm looking for is this Armageddon to start. Should I commentate on the women's section, or should I just wait for this Armageddon thing? What do you guys say? What do you guys say? Not as much popularity for Norwich as it was for candidates. Usually, lot more people when candidates was going on. I guess not so much importance to this event, right? Even though this is also a great one. Bit of a shame there. Yeah, just waiting for the Armageddon. Yeah, let me go back to that. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, candidates, come on. Yeah, you can't get better than that. I think one thing that would come close is the World Cup. You know that knockout event. I think that's also very fun. I think it's one of my favorite events, that World Cup. I like the knockout format. How do I do that? What would I have to do? I can start one, but what would I have to do? Do I just put hashtag shorts somewhere? I don't know what to do. But this output resolution, so I put hashtag. I don't think it would work that way because this is not being, the output for this stream is not in the shorts resolution. Will YouTube automatically fix that? Should I try? Where do I put it? The title or description? Hashtag shorts. Where do I put it? Let me refresh just to see if anything has happened here. Still nothing that I can tell. No, I can see like Nils Grandelius is commentating and they're still waiting. Nothing has started yet. Start one more stream alongside, but I don't have the framework ready for it. Uh, I can't. OBS doesn't allow me. OBS doesn't allow me. I can't change the profile. OBS doesn't allow. Unless I can output this same stream somehow. Okay, I'll figure it out after this stream for sure. For sure. I think there is a way to do both shorts and this one at the same time. I think there is some app which lets you do it or some website. Okay. But the lesson here to learn was that whenever I'm doing a vertical stream, I need to put hashtag shorts in the description or the title. One. Where do I need to put it? Which you told me. I think I'll put it in the title. I think that's safer. If I rotate it by 90 degrees, I think I'll have to figure it out. I don't know how to do this. Let me see. If I try to do another one. Okay, let me open YouTube. Let me see if I can make something work. Let me say go here. Okay, let's say if. Let's say I say uh, uh, Norway just 2024, and let me say hashtag shorts. Okay, then what happens? Wait, I think the Armageddon has started. Wait, the Armageddon has started. Oh, we saw this in candidates, didn't we? We saw this in candidates, this early e5 move. Nakamura's testing Fabiano once again, asking him if he has analyzed his stuff. This is fun. This is fun. Nakamura's asking Fabiano if he's analyzed this. And indeed, Fabiano has. He's played Bishop e2. In fact, I faced this exact same thing in one of my games. And I think I opted for Bishop e2. Fabiano's quick. He's analyzed this. b5. He's played b5. And now what to do? I think Bishop g5 is a possibility. I think Bishop g5 is a possibility. Until then, I'll just get. Should I click here? Uh, would it work that way? I don't know what will happen. Now, have the two streams been started? Is one on shorts? Ah, okay. Okay, okay, okay. So I've started the other stream with hashtag short in the title. Let's see where it goes. But I hope this one is online. Okay, bishop b7, bishop f3, g6. I think this is a standard position. There is nothing special for either side here. Not that I would think. In fact, black has a slight edge as Indian claims. So where did... Oh, white had to find b4 here. And knight e6, you have to play bishop. What do you have to play? You have to play a4 and target these pieces on the queen side. Fabiano plays it conservatively with a3, and so he does not get any edge out of the opening. Could have still played b4 and a4, but this is conservative, too conservative. And now I think he has to go for b4. I've put the shorts thing on, Atharv. Let's see how that goes. I've put that on. But now I'm expecting b4. I don't know what's going on. Is it on shorts or is it normal? What do you think? That one. You can tell or you can't tell? Ah, okay. For safety, I'm just gonna end this one. I don't want to get people confused. I'll end that one. Sorry, I'll end that one. Oh, and it was with a different thumbnail as well. That's so stupid. So stupid of me. Okay, okay, okay. No problems. Let's just do this Armageddon one and then we'll end it for today. So let's just go through this one. Let's just enjoy this one while we can. Knight e6. I mean, Hikaru's playing bishop f8 and Hikaru's playing quick. I don't think Fabiano's winning this one. Hikaru's playing precise and quick, and they're almost equal on the clock. Yeah, I mean, this has not gone too well for white. I mean, this bishop is caged in. The knight. This knight actually belongs on e3 so that it can go to d5. The knight does not belong here right now. So Hikaru's playing this pretty well. And now there is knight d4 coming in as well. Not looking great. Not looking great for white. Yeah, but this was sort of expected, right? I mean, Fabiano does not have blitz as a strength, even though this is not blitz. But faster time controls obviously favor Nakamura. So looking for that. Also, do notice that there can be h4 anytime and h3 if black wants. So Fabiano is dealing with quite a few threats here. Not easy at all. Not easy at all. I mean, Engine says something like knight f5. I don't know. I don't think it's practical. And if you play bishop e3, black can actually trade these bishops by playing knight h7. And it favors him since this bishop is practically doing nothing. So you're only leaving white with bad pieces and you're exchanging the good pieces. So really, really not a problem. Got it, Atharv. Got it. Got it. Understood. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, if you had not thanks for letting me know because I would have done the exact same thing and not realized something was wrong. Thanks very much for that. But now let's enjoy the Armageddon while we can. Has this been played yet? No, we have rook d1, knight d4. And what to do? Oh, oh. Fabiano has a chance to get back into the game, but he has to find it. He can play knight f3 and he will be in the game. If Hikaru takes, this is not great. Since you can't take, since there is checkmate coming in, and if you move the bishop, then I can take and take on d6. So I think knight f5 has been played. Wow, wow. Fabiano pulls out a trick out of his hat, and suddenly he's back into the game. Wow. Hikaru definitely missed this. Wow. Amazing. Fabiano pulls out a trick out of his hat. Great stuff. What a clutch. And Hikaru takes on f3. What? No, Hikaru takes on f5. And fg6, fg6. Oh, Fabiano's back. Fabiano's well back. Bishop g5, you can take and put a knight on d5. And the knight cannot be gotten rid of since the bishop operates on dark squares while the knight would be sitting on light squares. So bishop g5 is an amazing, well, pretty standard idea. Expecting Fabiano to play that. How much brilliancy do you do per 10 games? The thing is, your definition of brilliancy and my definition of brilliancy might differ. Also, the chess.com's definition of brilliancy might differ. So I can't give you an exact answer because everyone has their own definition. But let's say if you were to put out like an objective level of brilliancy, I would say like once or twice per 10 games because you can't do a brilliancy in every game. Yeah, once or twice, you can't get more than that. I'll play some good moves, but to qualify as brilliant, it's not possible to do every game, is it? It's more possible when you're playing against lower rated players. Then you can make some great tactic work and then you can call it a brilliancy. Higher rated players, nah, once or twice per 10 games, I would say. But I'm very happy to see that I got over 2700. My peak is 2750. Chess.com blitz, by the way. Yeah. There have been moves made. Yeah, bishop g played, queen f5 played, takes, knight d5 wasn't the move. He should have defended the pawn first with rook e3 and he could have put the knight there later. But Fabiano was like, let me just sack a pawn. There's only one way to defend, queen f7, Hikaru finds it. And okay, Fabiano does get a pawn back, but it's probably a draw then. And a draw favors black. I don't know why he did not defend the pawn. Was he expecting something like knight c7? But there is queen g4 draw, right? You always have perpetual. Nothing there. Why? What? No, I think he missed queen f7 and knight c7 doesn't work. There is bishop g5. Maybe something like this he missed. That's what probably happened. That's what probably happened. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Rook g3, he's going for the attack. But now bishop h4, rook g2. I don't know. Maybe it's practically a good decision, not objectively though. Black still is on the defense, but can you not just play bishop f8? No, then queen g5. Okay, maybe not as easy for black as I thought it was. Not as easy. What does... Okay, bishop h4 played, Hikaru finds the best move. Rook g2. Apparently this is not as great for some reason. I don't know what's the reason, but apparently this is not great. King h7. And can white not go something like f4 ideas? He has to create some sort of counterplay. Let's see. This is getting sharp. This is getting sharp. Oof. Can we play f4 or something? f4, h4. Not as easy. Could go either way, but Hikaru seems confident actually. Confident. He's up on time. He's up on position. I don't know how Fabi is gonna win. There is no increment as well. Yeah, this. Okay, I think Fabiano's losing confidence. I can see from his body language. I think he's losing confidence. Yeah, he's not happy with his position. Not at all. Not at all. F4 coming in. Wait, what's your rating, Atharv, if you're still there? What's your rating? Or have I asked this before? Wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. Rook king at 7, knight c3? Rook, if I defend, he wants knight e4. And then I could play d5. And then knight g5, but once pieces get traded, there is practically nothing, right? So I don't know what he's trying to do with this one. Just rook d8, no? Okay, e4, queen e2. There was e3 ideas somewhere. And now just rook e6, for example, rook f6, put a rook on f8. F2 pawn is going to be is going to get destroyed. At least that's what it looks like to me. Queen f3 goes for a queen trade. Keeps it simple, yeah. I think queens get traded, black cannot lose. In no world can black lose if queens get traded. The rook is trapped, so you can't even trade. So Fabiano takes on d6, which is reasonable. And only winning move for black is rook d8. That's the only winning move on the spot. Everything makes a draw. Everything else makes a draw. So just looking for this idea with rook d8, and then we can hope for some things. Rook d8, yeah. Why is Hikaru thinking? What else if not rook d8? What's he thinking about? Rook d. You can't do anything else. So Hikaru has to play rook d8. What's he waiting on? Come on, Hikaru. Come on. Come on, Hikaru. Oh, okay. Rook d8 played. King f1 played. Queen f4 wasn't the best move. You could have played a5. Okay, that's not easy to see. Okay, queen f4, queen e3, queen f3. Putting white into quite some trouble. Oof. Hard to make a move for white. And they're down to a minute each, both of them. Well, now what Fabiano has to do is flag Hikaru, if that's even possible. To flag Hikaru in a real game? Is that easy? How is Hikaru drinking water? Minute on the clock. Doesn't even make sense. He plays h3. Okay. What does Hikaru do? He's thinking. Rook d6 played. Okay. Maybe king g1, for example. Put the king on h2 and hope for the best. You could. Then maybe you can think about taking here. If Fabiano plays quick enough, he can flag, but he's playing so slow. He's playing so slow. King g1, just play, Fabi, play. Make a move. He's going to get flagged. There is no increment. What's he thinking? Make a move. Come on. How? He plays rook g1 after all that thinking. No. A5 just sort of wins. A5, there is b4 coming, the knight has to move. Well, okay, a5 played. Yeah, now Fabi's lost. King g1 would have saved him for a while. But this is just gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, sad. Sad. Oof, that ideal. That wasn't ideal at all. Fabiano, come on, man. That wasn't the way. He's done. Yeah, okay. Okay, Hikaru wins. Tough game. Tough game. The fact that Hikaru came up with this thing again, and Fabiano could not do much, that speaks volumes about Hikaru's preparation. He came up with the same opening again, and Fabiano could not find much at all. Fabiano's gonna go home and analyze this all night. Wow, what a game! What a game. With that, guys, I think we are done for the day. I'll call it a day here. Thanks for joining, everyone who did join. And I'll see you tomorrow with round two. Thank you very much.